Okay, before we start, a disclosure. Please be aware of the risk in the future trading. Today, our eye is on the NASDAQ, and we will see what happened in NASDAQ. A lot of action happening in NASDAQ here. And you're very welcome to copy our free signal. And for the one who have not been here before, here is your ES. Here is your entry target. Here's your target number. As you see right now, we just have a new signal, and there's a 6 ticks based on one contract, 1 minute chart, and then it give you the trailing stop 1 and the trailing stop 2. Those are minor and a major fib lines. If we look at the NASDAQ, we have a sell. 213.75 is your entry, and it says where is your target, 71.89, which we have hit the target already 3 times on the NASDAQ, and that's why we are looking at the swing trading here. And here at the bottom, you can see the swing trading performance and the trades. And if we notice, there is only the DAX took a trade, but the rest is the whole eyes are on the NASDAQ, and then you have the 30-year Treasury bond. So those are the winning horses right now in the market. So there is a lot of movement on the NASDAQ, and this is very good. So right now here, what you're looking at here, the PNL, the PNL is based from the last signal entry and how many ticks we got on those. Excuse me. At the moment, we have 364 ticks based on the last entry signal, and this is the total based on the last entry signal. And as you see, we have a problem with the YM, but welcome to trading. There is nothing we can do about it. And the same here on the Forex, you have the sell entry price, and then you have the target, and then the PNL, and it tells you when it hit the target. As an example, right now, the Russell just hit the target. NASDAQ just hit the target again. So when there's a new signal comes out, you will find it right there, and it blinks for you, telling you. I turn off the sound because, I mean, all day long, the sound really can drive me crazy. So, but there is a sound normally on the signal, but you need to keep your eye on the signal. When there's a new signal come out, it tells you where's your entry, target, and here it is very important for a pullback re-entry. You can re-enter the market if you want to re-enter the market. So this is a very nice also for the guy is missed out on the trade that he can take advantage of it and re-enter the market on. And I will show you where you can re-enter the market. It says on it, where you see here, it says save, sell, entry. Right there, this is your reselling point. So if this market pull back, we have the trailing stop 1 minor, which is a fib. It is very important. It's not just a dummy trailing stop. And then the trailing stop 2 is a major resistance line. And then your re-entry point is right there. So you don't need to do any calculation. The system is doing the calculation for you. Then we hear there is some of the charts from the swing trading. And then you can see this one here on the auto trade. This is a total different system. It's not like from the signal. The signal here is one system, signal entry. You can automate it or ATM the signal. On that area here, it is a total different system. It's called the swing trading, and it is the swing trading based on closing position on the same day. You were not holding back overnight on the swing trading. So as long as we can swing that trade doing the hours, you know, but I would not recommend to have any holding for overnight. I tried that before, and believe me or not, you cannot go to sleep. So this is one of the things. Maybe we can also use an ES if you like. Okay, we have also, we can use an ES on one of them. Let me see if I can squeeze the ES somewhere. We can use an ES 1 minute. Uh, so we can see when the market is going to, uh, I mean, there's not too many places here, too much stuff, but this is your ES. Uh, and this is your X. Okay, we managed to put all three together. So if you have not taken any trade on the NASDAQ yet, it's a very late to enter the market on the NASDAQ. We are at a critical point, and the market has hit the target on the NASDAQ. So you cannot really, for the ones are not aware of the system, we made it a little bit easy. If we notice here, there is yellow lines. So when you see this yellow lines, and that once the market dive in between those two yellow lines, that tells us we are in a dangerous zone here. That means you should not be taking a short trade anymore. This is a very critical area, which your chances by taking it short in that area right now, your chances making money out of it is going to be 2, 3 out of 10. So your chances are very low in this area at the moment, because the market has hit the target once, twice, and 3 times. So this is where, if you are on the NASDAQ, you need to start considering where is your closing position, or if you are auto trading, or you are using our system, then the system wants to see the trend is changing, it's going to close automatic by itself. So so this is a very, very critical area right now on the NASDAQ. If you are really considering taking short, you should not be taking short. However, if you feel like want a copy of those signals here, you're very welcome to copy our signal for free. We're not collecting any information about you. We're not responsible for you. We're not responsible for your trade. We're just sharing our signal basically for free and trying to educate some people how or be careful from that trade or this trade. We have no bread with you whatsoever, what you do behind your computer, and we're not responsible for your trade, and neither we charging you any money or collecting information about you. I have no clue who's out there. So as an example, right now, we're telling you, you got to be careful not to take any more short. And this is just for your own safety. One thing also you can use for advanced trader, once those guys, those automated swing trading close in position, that indicate that that's mean we have a reversal. So one of the things also, the advantage about it, those maybe the auto trades, you're too late to copy those trades right now. But let's say if the NASDAQ or the ES took a closing position on that trade right now, that indicate the trend is over, and maybe you need to start finding probably you need to start finding a reversal position. And if you don't know how to reverse the market, you should not play with the reversal, because it requires a little advantage. Also, we can try to squeeze one more on the we can squeeze maybe the 30-year Treasury bond. Lately, the 30-year Treasury bond, do not underestimate the 30-year Treasury bond. And also, it is a very good indication, the 30-year Treasury bond, that can also give us, as an example, I mean, I don't want to teach a price action here, but we are on that trade right now on the 30-year Treasury bond, and I don't know where else I can put charts, but also, this is when the 30-year Treasury bond close position that indicate the long trade on the 30-year Treasury bond is about to is over, and that's mean that is gonna ignite the ES turning around and the Nasdaq and Dow Jones. So this is a really good combination when you are auto trading, or if you have whatever whatnots you have on your chart. It is very nice to compare the Nasdaq with the ES because they work on the other direction, opposite direction, and this is a really good indication. If you are an ES trader or a 30-year Treasury bond, you can actually gives you pretty good, clear picture where is this market, or when is the turning around, even if you are an automated or a manual trader. Or so the 30-year Treasury bond is going very well. The ES took a little longer, and then the Nasdaq dragged the ES, and then we have the DAX is already took off. There is no worry about it. If we notice, even on the swing trading, this is one of the things that sometimes whenever you are auto trading, you see sometimes the market is not willing to give any. If we look right now on the swing trading, the control on Ninja Trader, you will not see YM. Have you noticed? And then I'm looking at the trades in the YM. I don't see any trades on the YM with the swing trading. So that is telling us, and if we notice, even on a different system, the entry signal, there is no ignition, there is no movement on the YM. Does not mean it's not going to move, but right now the YM is not willing to give anything. So you got to be careful with that, the YM. And it seems like when it's not reacting or it's not moving enough with the ES and the Nasdaq, maybe you need to skip the YM at the moment, and the action is eyes are on the Nasdaq and the ES. And if we notice right now, this is really, if you want to know if that market is still trending or there is anything left out on that trade, it is again, there's a very good indication that we can see now the 30-year Treasury bond start taking a dive, has not closed. So that means we are not confirmed that this trend is over. It could be pulled back. But if this auto trade is about to close, it does mean it's been confirmed. And on the Nasdaq, we have no confirmation now about turning around with the market. It seems like the ES is in a hurry to start taking a different direction, but we're not going to be getting involved in it until we see that auto trade close position. So this way can identify the trend, and maybe this is where we start considering closing position, or start, okay, there we go, the ES has closed. So by closing the ES, that is going to, let me take this one out of the way, and let's look at the ES direction here. And if we try to analyze what's going on with the ES right now, the ES hit the target right to the take. There is no sweat in there. And if you are automating this system here, you would have been exiting out by now, because the auto trade on this one here is taking one trade on the new signal only. It's not going to keep trading. This is different system than the swing trading. So now if we notice we hit the target and then we have a resistance line at 73.25. This is a very fair enough. We have a resistance here. And the second resistance is coming to the 75.75. So it is the short trade. Is it over on the ES? I doubt it very serious. The reason is if we are looking on the ES right now, there is a lot of walls has, I mean, to simplify it, if there is a lot of walls needs to be broken. Uh, uh, we have to break, first of all, the first wall. The first resistance is 73.25. Then the ES have a bigger problem when you're gonna get to the 775 because first of all we have a resistance area, heavy resistance area on that 75 in conjunction with your trailing stop, and it is a minor resistance. However, because those two together, that is gonna make turbulence on your trading with the ES, and it's not over to go long until we see some major break-in area. So there is a lot of area the ES has to break before it confirm is long. So right now, this one here, it is one of the biggest problems on the pullback by the traders because they do not understand when it's pullback, retracement, reversal. This is where 90% of the traders misread it, despite, with all the respect to all the tools they have, they can be misleaded. And also, this is a really confirmation with this line coming right at the 775. So it's going to be needs 20 times the amount of buyers to break that area right now. So this is for when this market is pulled back, this is a time to re-enter the market. It's not over. The party is not over to the short side. And if we, like what we covered, the ES closed position, that's very fine. On the auto trade, a closed position, fair enough. But this is what is sometimes the human can see a little bit farther than an auto trade. And if we study again on the 30-year Treasury bond, we can see it was a pullback and the market start getting momentum again. And that it is a very important when you are reading the market, do not get stuck with your indicators, trying to understand the movement on that bar, especially the first couple bars to the right-hand side. What happened is irrelevant. So that indicating right now, this is a holding position on 73.25. If I wanted to re-enter the ES manually, not with an auto trade, if you are asking me where I will take it, here, if you are a very light-handed, it's very good if you have a light hand. If you don't have a light hand, you're not fast with your executions, then on that area here, it will be much safer for you. The reason is if the market is going to pull back to that area, you have a three confirmation in that area. It's telling you the market, the probability of that market is not going to break those areas. So what we do in those areas, they are very easy and simple. What you need, you go ahead and short out right below this line at 75.25, and then you put just 1 point above and just for protection. And this is will help a lot because the probability of that ES gonna break those area is probably the probability is going to be 1 or 2 out of 10. So there is no chance for the ES to break those area at the moment. It requires a lot of movement and a lot of buyers to come to steer that ES at the moment, and there is a lot of weakness. So it needs to gather much more momentum and buyers in order for you to break those pressure in this area on an ES. So it is nice to know what's going on, even if you are auto trading. Uh, uh, let me see. I mean, we cannot squeeze anything anymore in here. I would love to share some other stuff with you. Let me see if I can squeeze anything in there. No, I don't want to confuse it no more than what it is. I think it is overpopulated here, the chart, so I'm not gonna mess with it. Uh, so for the ones that want to follow the signals, watch the ES, folks. Don't get excited with the ES. It's going to stop right at 75.75. Watch the market, folks. This is a really a major resistance area at 75.75. We have a new signal on the 6E. You can see what is the new signal on the 6E, and it tells you where is your entry, 91.55, and it tells you where is the target. Your target is 93.20. Your target is 93.20. And if you don't know how to re-enter the market based on a pullback, here's your pullback. Number is 90.10. 90.10. It is your re-entry point, and your entry price is 91.55 on the 6E, and then your target is 93.20. So this is a pretty good. The signals comes on a different ticks when depends on the market movement. So they're not basic. They're not a black box. They are depends on the highs and the lows and the high time frame. So the signals could vary from 15, 20 ticks to 50 ticks when the signal apply to the chart. So they're not the same ticks every time when the new signal comes out. So now if we notice right now how the market analyzer work, we are 2 ticks below where the entry point. The entry point was 91.55, and now we are down 1 tick on the 6E. Now we can see, as an example, we had a sell entry on the YM, and it was 235, and your target was 176. All of them based on one contract, 1 minute, and it is right now we are 13 ticks down on that trade based on one contract, one YM, and it is done on that one. So the same story applies on the forex and the future and stocks. I'm gonna get a fresh coffee, and I will be right back. And if you need anything, let me know, please. I don't know for who is following and not, but if we notice from every video, this is not a pre-made video, it is a live video. And I've been doing this now just when I have a free time, practically 3 times a week. Everything we predict, 99%, we nailed it. Everything we predict, we nailed it. As we said on the NASDAQ, it was over. It was over. And the position closed and the NASDAQ on 1300. Very fine. We said the ES is going to, the auto trade took that trade. After the ES took a very nice long ride, made good money. And this is a very fine line between knowledge and automated trading. We said half an hour ago, if you go back with the video, we said we have a resistance in this area on the ES. Fair enough. Now what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to show it is nice to auto trade, but is also don't look at number. Any kind of auto trade you have under your sleeves, don't just look at the number. Try to see how, where, how did I lose money? How did I make money? It's not just numbers. The auto trade took a very nice ride in front of you, and now the auto trade, a closed position, re-enter, very fine. He did his job. Beautiful re-entry, probably earlier than what I would do it. But he took a trade and nailed $250 on the way up. Fair enough. But is he going to able that auto trade to keep going? No. No, he's not. He's going to go back. I can close it if I want to, but I don't want to close it. This is a 1-minute chart. It's not one of those funny charts you see sometimes on a YouTube. God knows where they come from. But this is a real deal. This is a 1 minute. I can close that trade by just clicking, and now it's down 150. But I'm not going to close it. I'm going to leave it because I want to show you the difference between acknowledgement and just auto trading. This is the whole point, because we predicted this market is going to retrace from here, is going to have a problem here, and it did exactly what we said. Is going to have a little bumpy ride on the 73 and is going to be reject at 75.75. You can rewind the video and you can see that's what we predicted. So right now, this is where a little knowledge, not knowing the price action, a little knowledge, when I see that, I could have protect my my trade and click on the button and save myself $250 in the profit, protecting my profit. Because right now is going back to the 73.25, become the 73.25 become a support. And believe me or not, because of the high volume on the ES, this is going to drive any auto trade banana. It's going to drive it crazy. The reason is that ES is going to go back and forth, trying to, it's like a pinball ball, trying to find an exit between the 75.75 or trying to find a breakout on the 73 at 25. Which one is going to win? This is not our job. It is those guys. Those the guys do the market movers. Those the guys that are going to decide which direction they are taking the ES, and we just need to follow. So this right now in that moment is gonna take you, or is going to take your auto trade into a lot of volatility, because now the ES officially stuck. And we can sit down for another half an hour Probably when the market gets stuck like that, it can take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or it can take 30 minutes, or it can be jammed the whole day long. Depends on the volume and the news and what's going on in the market. Is a lot of impact. How is the momentum? How is things? The news also can drive it back and forth. So right now, the ES is stuck. Officially, the ES is stuck. So if we have Tom started at 9 or 9:30 automated trading on the ES, and we have Mike start right now on the ES, the same auto trade, the same setting, the probability this guy is going right now to activate an ES on an automated trading, doesn't matter which automated trading he have, whether it's ours or somebody, he's gonna be struggling with the first couple of trades, and it could be he's gonna wind up with a couple losing trade before he starts seeing the light, if he see the light, because the party practically is over, hit the target, and there's nothing left to the downside. We need actually to break those area to confirm now we are in a long attitude, in the long personality. Now we're still in the short attitude. So now the ES is in that attitude, short. So it might change personality on this one here. Now we have only one direction, down. And if you are a light hand, you can take advantage of those line and start nailing a few ticks here and there. But if you are trying to, let's say you want to start your swing trading right now, that would not be smart to start your swing trading right now. It is absolutely, you're going to be hitting a disaster, or in that matter, you're going to be scalping. Most likely, if you're a scalper, any kind of scalping is going to start getting into volatility. And let me see. $73.25. Okay. Let me show you something. This is the scalper market order. And the scalper took it exactly where it's supposed to be, 73.25. He took short on the 73.25. Where is the 73.25? It's right there, your resistance. You see? So he took it the way it's supposed to be. It's exactly the same number, 73.25. 73.25. But the problem right now, he took that short here. So this problem right now that ES is going to be struggling right here. So immediately you can see on the scalping, that trade is going to be a struggle. Not unless the sellers try to push it down and break the 73.25, because it becomes support right now. It's no longer resistant. And then they want to go back to the target again. Then this target is going to make it. And if you notice here on the swing trade and took the long, you know, and we had $250 in the pot, and now we are giving up all our winning. It is very important, whoever come here, I can see few just came in. You can see we have predicted this and we have predicted that, but I didn't want to close the override the auto trade and close that trade because I want to show the traders. We call that before the auto trade took that short trade and then took that long trade, that we are going to have a problem and we are waiting on a breakout. So here is between the swing trading and the scalper, that 73.50 become a support line, and Even if we are using two different automated trade, one is a swing trading and one is scalping, and both are in trouble. The one is taking a short is in trouble, and the one is taking a long is in trouble. So that explains why. Uh, uh, so either or either right now, both of the auto trade are in trouble. You see, so so here where we had $250 in a profit, a lack of knowledge, not overriding and a closed position. We just gave our $250 away, and now the auto trade broke even on that one by itself because he can see the momentum has been changed. So a little knowledge about those lines, you would have been a happy man with this beautiful ride we have had today, and then we could have took another 250 and call it off for today, than to be punished and staying another hour or two behind your computer. So this one here is done, is over, break even, very fine. So now the second one is taking a short, and we can see the short is not doing any better. The first trade, we had $250, a lack of knowledge, we give it away. And now we are going to experience the same problem right there just because we couldn't read the line that would have cost a guy $250 out of the window. So if you think about it, guys, especially for the guy, say it's not my problem, I just want to auto trade. Yes, sir, with all the respect, but at least you should know your lines, or you have a little basic knowledge, little basic, not to sit down behind a computer 1 year trying to learn price action, God forbid, but at least know where's your lines, because uh, this is what I was trying to show you, that if you just know little basic about trading, that you could have saved yourself this 250. So if we are calculating that over a year period, uh, because that guy is refusing to cover the basic in the trading, 200 250 a day, that ends up $50,000 a year just thrown out of the window because a trader refused to be knowledgeable what's going on. $50,000 a year. So um, this is a problem for a guy cannot cover bases. I mean, we don't need to be a wizard a trader. We don't need to be a genius trader, but we need to at least know when to stop and when to start, and when to know is that here is going to be a problem. Uh, like when we say here on the Nasdaq, it is about to turn around. He should know that. I mean, when he sees a double resistance, he should be careful with it. That's all what we are asking for, to be a little bit knowledgeable, to see what's going on in the market. On the let me take this one out of the way. On the we have a new signal on the DAX. Your entry is 7915, and your target on your price action is 838. This one here is a swing trading, is a different system. This one is another system, and this one here is telling you there's a new signal buying at 7915, and your target is 838. A few minutes ago, we had a new signal on the 6E, and it told us the entry price is 91.55, and telling us what is the target is 93.20. So this is where uh, you can manual trade in it or you can automate trade it. And this is what is nice about it, that you can learn a little bit about trading while you are auto trading, or being aware what's going on when you are auto trading. This is really something you don't need any guy to guide you with it. You can copy the trades yourself. Okay, we have, let me see what else we have. Look like the market is turning around. That means the 30-year Treasury bond is fixing to close. And we will go ahead and start looking for a new signal on the ES. Okay, we have a new signal on the ES. It's a buy-in order at 78.75. A new signal, and there is an entry 78.75, and your target is 85.25. 85.25 is your target. So this is really, uh, and now we should have the Nasdaq. I hope so, because I like it to be in sequence. We have the buy on the YM, because as I remember, had a short entry, didn't work on the YM 30 minutes ago while we are here in this video. And we have the Nasdaq. I'm looking forward for the Nasdaq to turn around. So let's go ahead and all the Nasdaq hit the target. We are done with the Nasdaq. This is a Nasdaq too. The 1 minute also had a beautiful run, 1400 on that run. And all the Nasdaq has hit the target, all of them, 1400, 1500, all of them. This is also Nasdaq hit. All the targets on the Nasdaq hit targets. Everything, every single chart hit the target on the Nasdaq that explained to you. And each one of them, doesn't matter which time frame, they all made it. When the market moved on the 3 minutes, made 1700, 244 ticks made 1500, 1300, 1400. So what it tells us is really it doesn't matter what time frame you are using. If this market moving, especially if you are using a 1 minute or 3 minutes, it should do very good. And if the market not moving, there is nothing we can do. As an example, the YM is not taking any trade on the YM, because YM today is acting funny. It's not taking any trade. That's very good. So there is no trades today on the YM. So who cares? The Nasdaq did everything for us today. So we're still waiting on the confirmation on the ES. I'm sorry, the Nasdaq, to see if we are able or about to take a trade on the Nasdaq. We're gonna get a new signal. The things is, I have covered that on previous video. I like to see sequence, and this is a really, if somebody don't know how to read the market, this is a really a very easy way before you start auto trading, especially our customers. Keep your eye on that area here. And if I wanted to auto trade, I like to see things in sequence. As an example, we have a buy-in order on the ES, fair enough. The Nasdaq is not working with it. I like it to be in sequence with it. And then the YM is going to the same direction. But here is the fun part. We have the 30-year Treasury bond has not give us a short signal. So what is telling us right now, we have a long here coming from the ES, and we have a long here coming from the YM, but the market is not right because this NASDAQ is still on the other direction, and the 30-year Treasury bond is going with the same direction of the ES. So which one is right? Which one is wrong? I don't know. I don't want to sit down, bang my head with it, but I know the market is not right. And that is going to have an immediate impact on your trading, and whether you are a manual or you are, because right now the market is not in sequence. Once this market get in sequence or together, once we get the NASDAQ react to the ES and the YM, then you're going to see the ES flying home to the target. It's going to go directly to the target. But as long as this NASDAQ is not responding, and the worst part is the 30-year Treasury bond is not going the other direction, it cannot, will not, the ES goes with the same direction on the 30-year Treasury bond. So one of them is wrong. I don't know. I don't know which one the buyers are fixing to do, but there is one of them is wrong. It cannot be too negative or too positive. You have to think about it. One of them has to be positive, and the other one has to be negative. So you're not gonna have a light bulb on too negative or too positive. So here and right now, telling me there is no light bulb for me, giving me the green light. If you are coming in trying to auto trade, and the first things you need to see, if you want to go live, the first things you need to see, especially if you wanted to scalp, or you want to swing trading with the trend, we need to make sure that we have positive and negative in the market. We have the ES going the other direction of the 30-year Treasury bond. Those information, I'm not trying to make it complicated for you. I'm trying to simplify it with positive, negative, and all this, so it be very friendly to comprehend what we're talking about. And those are just the basic, few steps. And once you learn those few steps, there is no other rules, because I don't believe go and buy the rules. Every day the market have a different rules. You hear people saying you didn't go by the rules. Well, who the hell are you for the market to go by your rules? I mean, the market don't care about me, about you, and don't care about much bigger guys than we are. So I keep hearing that on the net is that trader lost money because he didn't go by the rules. I think this is an easy way exit out to cover the failure of the system they are using, and blaming a trader. And I don't believe is trader fault. I believe um, if you put everything in the black and white to the trader, and then he don't follow, yes, but you cannot make him do imaginary trade, because during those years, I find out if we take any of those chart here and you ask 30 people, is it long on the ES or short on the ES, you will have uh, 6, 7 traders they say is long, and 6, 7 traders they say is short, and 2 they say is neutral. The way we look at charts is gonna be uh, uh, different from one person to another. I'm sorry, guys. Everybody keep asking me to send a link, and honestly, I don't know if I want to send a link. Just a second, guys. Okay. So, the only thing I cannot say or blame the trader because he didn't follow the rules, because the market, I think, care less about your rules and my rules. And yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes you find me, I'm a lot distracted when I'm talking, because I have unlimited people talk to me online, and sometimes I get distracted left and right. Um, uh, a lot of times you see that when you trade them by yourself, you break every rules, and there is no rules. The only thing, I don't set rules. What I say, okay, look, now we have a new signal on the Nasdaq. I'm sitting here and gapping. Okay, we have a new entry on the Nasdaq, and that is gonna cause the we need the 30-year treasury bond also to go the other direction, but that is gonna make the market start getting adjusted. We have on the Nasdaq. Man, this is a beautiful ride on the Nasdaq this morning. Right above the entry, we have a 97.25. So, yes, you're welcome, folks. I apologize. I didn't send it to anyone today. Um, Honestly, I was on my way, Jim, to the doctor to stop smoking, and he did the cancellation. So I was not prepared um, to do any live tube today, but I wanted to get rid of the smoking habit. So I wanted to um, stop smoking. I don't smoke when I'm working. That's nice, but uh, uh, I managed to not to smoke when I'm working, and that's many years ago. And that make me forget to smoke. But still, in the morning, I cheat a little bit with the smoking, so I need to get rid of it permanently. So you can see here on the 97 level, there is a struggling right there, a resistance on the Nasdaq. So let's see what is the outcome on if it's able to break that area. Once we break it, we need the 30-year treasury bond to change direction, and I think we are ready to take off. Those lines here, folks, those are $35 a month. It's not a promotion because we're not making any money out of it. It's costing us money, actually, to put you online and give you a line to the server with that. So we're not gaining anything out of it. But whether you are auto trading or not, those lines, call them fibs, call them zone, call them whatever you want to call them, um, uh, those has saved a lot of bad trades. And even when you are auto trading, as an example, we have an entry on the ES, and right above it, this line. And that it is a really big difference. Stand putting the entry right at the ES or put it right above the resistance line. So that right there, it could have saved you tons of money just based on one trade. It's not trying to promote that stuff here. It's nothing. It's $35, and we don't get anything out of it. PayPal get half of it, and the other half is to the server and your license. It is actually promotion. We're not getting, believe me, we're not getting rich out of it. So, but those here for trading, they are extremely accurate. And if you see You go to the other videos, you see how very consistent and very accurate with your trading, whether you are automated or not. This is gonna save you. If it saves you one trade a year, that will pay it off itself. So one time, that will pay it off for 1 year. If you just save you one bad trade. So if you are an investor, smart investor, you know what I'm talking about if you calculate it. Right now we are at 11:28 and the market is dying. There is not much to do. And I think we better call it off. Um, Whoever made those trade earlier made some money, and I think it's too late to do anything anymore on those. I guess this is it. Folks, thank you very much, and God bless you. And I'll try my best tomorrow to go online. Sure, no problem. Bye for now.